not.
juju.
It's none of
That
those
is
things.
bad juju.
Listen, I'm more worried about it having flavor at this point because, like I said, I think he didn't properly store these when he moved back.
Okay, to be clear, when you guys buy me a Gurkha, it's done as a joke. So if I hope the joke fails, I think we're safe.
We don't want our joke to
First-
fail, though.
first-
I
of all,
want your joke
And
to
really,
fail.
I
That's-
thought
that's not
we
true.
talked about this one. Like I said,
That's hurtful.
I did a whole segment on this. You gotta at least try it.
And I'm going to. I have it to smoke. But if I secretly in the back of my mind hope that it cracks, then I have to go find another cigar.
You're
That's
just-
entirely
No,
fair.
you're just afraid that one of these days we're gonna get you one that you actually go.
It-
That's
we-
pretty
he,
good.
He did
Listen,
have one
I
that he kind
tried
of.
basically every Gurkha we've ever had in the shop.
Yeah.
And I'm not afraid of liking them. I just don't.
Listen, it might happen one day if we find the right one. Fat Boy could be it.
The quest continues.
Looks like it cut right.
My cutter's too sharp.
Oh darn! You used a really quality sharp.
I needed to grab a shittier cutter for this one.
Should have grabbed a dollar store cutter, but you didn't.
All right, wait a minute. How's the draw? What? It could be bricked. It could be bricked.
Oh,
It's not bricked. God damn it.
oh look at that.
Hey,
What
Yes.
gauge is this? 60
600?
something? Is it just a 60? That's bigger than a 60.
Looks like a six.
That's
It's
more
a
like an.
64.
I was thinking more 70,
60, 62 maybe.
No, it's at least a 64.
I don't know. Kevin
on,
did the
I can
reading.
look at it
He
again.
did
Wait,
the
do
reading.
you have one of those Gordos next to you?
Yeah.
Is that a 60?
Yeah.
Give me that fucker.
Okay. There you go.
It's the same. It's at least, okay, maybe 62. I think it's 64.
I think it's 62.
Don't drop your shady moose.
I'm really
So
hoping
I'm
you get the.
smoking a
Why do you-
Gurkha Fat Boy 1887.
Fat boy.
That sounds delicious.
Jesus Christ.
It's a 5x62. They call it the slim.
You just sit there. Come here, fat boy.
This is much the same shape of the guy that I had an issue with today.
Oh yeah.
Short and stocky.
Some may even say chodish.
So I'm smoking a Gurkha Fat Boy. What do you guys?
Wait, is that?
Wait,
is-
did we do?
No, hang-
did we
hang
do it
on,
in this
hang
wrap?
on.
Well, we have to revisit Chodish.
Is that the description now of short, stocky dudes? He was a bit
Yes.
chodish, if I'm being honest.
Well, think about it. So the guy was being kind of an ass. Not kind of. He was an ass. And guess what? He was showing the potential of being just a chode.
Yeah, so short, stocky, and an asshole. You're
Yes.
just being chodish.
Wait,
Exactly.
Does that mean I can use chode like?
Yeah,
Yes.
I think there's a new descriptive insult here. Chodish, chode-like, chodisms.
Chodouchery.
Chodouche. That's a collection of them together in a winery.
If they had a band, would it be Chode Play?
Yeah.
No, I'd be chode back.
No, that doesn't work. That doesn't work.
Chode back.
First song, Sweet Chodes are made of this.
Men have culture have entered the chat and subsequently left upon the talking of chodism.
Does this build? Does it get flavor?
That's what I'm afraid of. Because, like, the one that I had, I was a little worried about it. I didn't get much flavor, but I did have a strong cigar before that.
I mean, I didn't have. What did I smoke? I smoked that Rocky Patel 92.
What the hell did I
It's-
walk into?
It's always a good question, Christian. How are you doing tonight? Been a minute.
He's-
Any cool whiskeys that you found?
He's no longer traveling, apparently.
That's good. I mean, it depends on travel, I guess. I mean, it's not offensive. It's just
It seems,
barely there.
Not exciting.
I'm hoping it builds on itself. But like I said, when
Hey,
I
wait a
first...
minute.
You got a hole?
Nope. He's fine. Perfect construction.
It's.
Clearly, he just lit it wrong, but it's
Hold
perfect
on.
construction.
I don't know if the camera can see this.
Hang on.
It can kind of pick it up, yeah. You see the little dark spot right in the center?
No, that's fine. You're good. Yeah.
Just pack it with some ash
it's-
like we do, and you'll be fine.
It's fat boys are very airy before they get delivered, so that makes a lot of sense.
Disappointed laid
What,
face.
what, pray tell, are you guys smoking? You're
Sh-
smoking what you always smoke.
Shady moose.
He's smoking. Is that a Fuente that I see
Yes.
over there? Yeah.
Yeah. I figured I haven't had one of these in a minute, so might as well give it a try.
Which one is it?
This is that long guy.
There's a little bit of flavor. It's maybe that's it. Maybe when I smoke Gurkhas, I just need to smoke Connecticut's. I mean, is this a Connecticut? I think it's trying to be something else, but it's not.
I'd have to look at my other book, or I'll pull it up.
Royal Challenge was a Connecticut.
Did you
Remember
like the
those?
Royal
So what
Challenge?
you really need, this is probably like their Corojo. No, it's probably a natural, but it smells like a Connecticut.
It looks natural. Natural Connecticut. It is Honduran.
Of course it is.
Made from the Honduran people.
Ugh.
When did they become Russian?
Because it is what Honduras is. You've never been to Honduras?
I mean-
Russia?
Doesn't the Gurkha have the cross swords and all that? Oh, it needs the
It is
sickle.
right next to Georgia, Russia.
What's that?
Said it needs the sickle, doesn't it, for it to be Russian?
I don't
No,
know.
Lane didn't like the hammer and sickle.
No, it was not a good, not good cigars.
All right, let's see.
You
It's,
just like the boxes. You
Look.
convinced yourselves the cigars were
So-
good, so you could get their cool
The
boxes.
cigars were smokable. Marketing, way over.
Yeah,
what they were
marketing
doing.
was top notch.
Yeah, top-notch marketing.
Some of their
so
cigars were
this one was
smokable.
Honduras,
Yes.
originating from Nicaragua, and it has not Honduras, Habano wrapper, Nicaraguan origins, and filler was Honduran with a little bit of Dominican.
That's what
Yeah.
Christian has.
Lucky, yeah, the Widow Jane Lucky 13. I have never had it. I have heard, because much of their younger stuff isn't very good. I've heard that bottle is quite good. Casey's
What
getting
is
a
it?
text. Widow Jane Lucky 13.
Oh, who makes it?
Widow Jane.
Never heard of him.
It's like the random TikTok videos. Albert Einstein. Never heard of him.
Who?
Who's that?
Is he a TikToker?
Yes.
Could you say he was the first influencer? Is it?
Probably not, no.
I mean, you could say it. I don't think you get away with
I
it.
wonder if that story's true about his driver.
Oh, in the conference that
Yeah.
he couldn't give because he was like sick or something.
Yeah, so the driver was like, "That's so simple. Even my driver could do it."
And the driver was Einstein. Yeah.
That's genius.
All right. Benchmark foolproof. No idea. And the very last drops of our Old Forester Rayleigh's pick.
Oh no, not the Old Forester.
Oh,
The nose on that is so much
We'll
better
have to
than the
get more.
benchmark. They have another pick now.
Oh, do they? Oh,
And they have 100 and a foolproof pick.
oh yeah, I saw both.
I mean,
those.
the nose is so much better than the benchmark.
I gotta be honest. I understand where
what-
the
what?
benchmark
Why?
comes from, and what it's for. It's for people you don't like. But I
Okay.
mean, the nose has never been impressive on the benchmark.
That's true.
It's one of those ones where it's like it tastes better than it smells. Just don't smell it. Just
It's not bad.
no. It's just like,
Because smell it next to number 2.
oh god.
It's not bad.
Okay.
It's just simple.
okay. Actually, this benchmark smells better than the last benchmark. Is this the bonded or
This is the foolproof.
okay? The bonded I think is the one that was
A little light.
a little bit yeah. Okay. Versus 2. Ooh, what? 2 is.
One's good. It's simple. My problem with benchmark isn't that it's bad. It's that it's simple. It's very good, like just straight juice.
2 is delicious.
Is it?
I think so. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Are there still some 1792s floating in there?
Yes.
Yeah. I think that's what that is.
Did we get a
I
1792?
think this is 1792. Oh yeah, it's that apple pie smell.
It does help the cigar a lot.
Oh, does it?
The benchmark does.
See, you doubted the cigar. Now it's coming into its own.
So celebrity golf has made its way back to Tahoe.
that it has.
I'm not ready for celebrity golf.
I mean, I just hope we get some good business in here.
Me too.
Here's my problem, and I don't think it's just celebrity golf. I think it's just the world today. So I had a distributor in there, in the shop, in the restaurant, and they want to do a promotion. And we had a promotion a couple weeks back for their product, different product. And I was like, I don't know. I think I kind of want to pass, right?
Mhm.
And they're like, why? I'm like, well, I mean, at this point, like whoever's doing the promotion shows up. They have almost no instruction. They got some, some shitty swag, and it's getting worse and worse. It's like, here's your koozies and your like logoed shitty shot glasses. Like nothing cool, right?
Cheap swag.
Like really cheap.
You
It was
golf
always
clubs.
cheap, but like really cheap.
Where's the snowboards and shit?
The golf bag,
And they kind of fumble around for an hour and a half. They give you like a bar spend for whatever, a couple $100 or something.
Mm-hmm.
And so I have a couple issues just generally. Right? They're like, well, it's a bar spend. I'm like, it is, but it isn't. Like I'm getting that money anyway, whether it's from you or from the customers.
Right.
It's not like I'm getting extra. It's not like I'm getting a bump in sales. The sales will be about the same. You're offering them drinks, so it's going to be basically a wash, especially for like the beer companies, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So, and they're like, well, we do it a lot bigger, and they showed me pictures, and we do all this fun stuff. And they're like, yeah, we were just at your competitor this last weekend. I'm like, why is that a selling point? And they're like, well, yeah, we just want to. I'm like, I mean, but if you're doing it at every bar, is it really that cool? Like, it's more about the brand. You're trying to create this, like, string through different bars for the summer. It doesn't really help me that much. None of these are my biggest problem.
Right.
My biggest problem with promos is the same problem I have currently with celebrity golf, and that they just feel so produced. Like, they're so contrived. There's nothing fun. It's like forced energy. They're just terrible. And celebrity golf is starting to feel very produced, like very artificial. There's nothing cool or homegrown about it anymore. It's just an event. They force everything.
Mm-hmm.
They have we're watching YouTube golf, like the Horvat and Phil Mickelson thing. And cool. I mean, golf is golf, and I like it. Like, I like watching the golf. But they get in the car, and they have what might as well be scripted questions. They're just so contrived and terrible.
Oh yeah, the whole.
Tell me about how you got into
how
the
did you
YouTube
get started?
space. It's just terrible.
And it doesn't feel like a genuine conversation.
No, and it's almost painful.
Especially that one. Phil Mickelson could give two shits.
No, and this is I mean, celebrity golf now, we've got 20 some odd years of, hey, the kickers are going to kick a ball out to the boat on 17. The quarterbacks are going to throw a ball out to the boat on 17. Carlton's going to do the Carlton on 17. Alfonso Ribeiro is going to do the Carlton on 17, which, for the record, he will not do that off camera. He hates it. If you call him Carlton off camera, he'll have you thrown off the golf course. Like, it's so just ridiculously artificial.
So 17 has turned into Saturday Night Live.
Yes.
Yeah.
But that's all. I mean, the whole event feels that way.
Yeah. Well, especially now too, because it's like, oh, just wait, wait till 17. That's where all the fun is. It's like, there are 17 other holes you could do fun things on.
Dude, the best part about 17 is the gigantic sheriff they put on 17 who dances and like parties with the people.
Yes.
The most organic thing on that hole is a cop.
The banana ball ref.
How would you change that?
I have no idea. I haven't thought about it. It's not my event. I don't have to think about it. I change it with promos by not doing promos. We have bands. Like, my staff is solid. They're super engaged. They're super friendly. The customers, for the most part, love them. Like, I don't need an artificial promo to come in and just muck up what we're doing.
Right.
How you would change that at celebrity golf, I don't know. But it just feels so contrived.
Bring the cigars back.
Dude, the cigar booth was the best part about celebrity golf.
Legit.
For a decade and change.
For true.
I never made it out there. I was always like, when I started working in here, it was like here the whole time.
The cigar booth was so much fun, and we had that little like cage tent, so they would come in and like bullshit with us. And
Yeah, here's the thing: is because of where it was, right? We were on the fourth tee, so like 17 is all the way down and far away from you, right?
Yeah.
There's really nothing happening, kind of the other side, like the first 9, with exception of 4. Nothing is really happening.
Yeah, but you had 3 green,
Yeah.
4 tee, and because the way it's set up, you also had 14 and 15 tee.
The cross through,
14 green and 15 tee.
because of how it crossed.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we had
So
the
you
bathrooms.
got really cool traffic.
Yeah, the foot traffic was fantastic.
There was a little concession stand right there. Like, it was a really cool setup. There was, like, the energy was really cool. The guys were always almost all the guys really cool. Some of them were jerks.
It
But
happens.
it was cool because they would come, they would sign stuff on the tables, they would sit and they'd bullshit. Some of them would light up and smoke. Like Emmett Smith would just be like, dude, I've been waiting the whole morning to get here so I could smoke.
Yeah, dude, some of the guys were like, they would get to know you and they would remember you for, like, in future years. Jeremy Roenick was amazing.
But
Jeremy Roenick just sat down one day, bright pink shirt, walks into the tent, sits down, grabs a sandwich out of a dude's hand that he remembered from the year before, and he's like, give me that. Takes a couple of bites and hands it back. He's like, I needed something.
But it just felt like the more adulty place to, and because of how it was, right? Like, there's the fourth tee is on the back wall. So there's nothing on the other side of the fourth tee. There's like, people can get to you on one side. It was almost like a little sanctuary. Like, you could get in there and be like, okay. Like,
Oh, yeah, you were protected.
Nothing is going to happen to me while I'm here.
I don't know what this course looks like, to tell you the truth.
I will say Edgewood is a beautiful course.
Yeah.
Not the purest test of golf, if we're being honest,
No.
but in amazing shape and just a beautiful course.
Yeah. And
And, I mean, you play down to Lake Tahoe 4 times.
I know, it's so good. That's so fun.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I do like the
Not
course.
worth the $275 a round, but
That's
it's fun.
That's
fun to
off
play.
season now, buddy.
I know.
I think we're almost to $400 a round.
I'm not going in the main time. I'm going in off season. But it's just, I don't know. There was something about, like, the energy out there was great, and it was cool. And I do think that's what's missing.
Well, and when it was on 7 too, because remember originally it was on 7.
Oh yeah,
7T.
yeah.
Which again, kind of protected.
Yeah.
Great little spot.
Yeah.
And just a different energy than the rest of the course. I had a lot of fun with the cigar booth. I thought it was a blast.
Well, because it was, I don't know. It just felt more adulty.
Yeah, and like at some point, right? Because I'm a golfer. I'm like, I want to go watch some golf. You go walk the course, and you're like, I'd walk around and watch some golf for a little bit. And then, like after about 45 minutes, I'd be like, I want to go back to the cigar booth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back to the booth and just hang because
Just have
that's
fun.
where it is.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and it was nice
Except
too.
for
'cause it
except
was
for Carlton, because he would walk. Dude,
He's a dick.
what? 3 different years.
asshole.
Some idiot bartender that we contracted to work our little bar, our little banquet bar,
The sales guys.
was like, Carlton,
And you're
and
like-
almost gets us thrown off the course.
you're like,
3 different times.
Here we go. Here we go.
And you would have it on the tee sheet. Like, you would know when he was showing up. So, like, 2 groups before he got there, you're like, all right, Alfonso's getting close. Literally no one call him Carlton.
Please,
And
Please.
as soon as he walks up, yeah,
Carlton. Yeah,
Just a doofus like that screaming it out.
yeah. It was just so bad.
And that was one of the guys
But I
that
like-
worked the booth, or
and I get that it's part of a show. Yeah, well, so we would have, dude, it wasn't just cigar people. Like, it was people kind of related to cigar people. Because you'd have, like, girls out there doing the cut and light thing. You'd have someone tending a bar out there so they could get, like, whatever cocktail they wanted. You'd bring,
Right.
I mean, we'd bring out 20 or 30 bottles and some mixers. So you could do little cocktails and stuff.
Yeah.
So, like, you didn't have as much control over the situation as you do in the cigar shop. It was a little loose. But you would do your best to control it. But I love, like, Carlton's funny. I'm just calling him Carlton at this
That's
point.
fine.
Because, like, they play it up on TV, like, you know, and that's their job, right? But they're like, oh, Carl, like, you know, Alfonso Ribeiro, and then, you know, there he is yucking it up doing the Carlton, and you're like, he hates every bit of that shit. Every single bit.
He's literally getting paid to do that.
but if it wasn't for that, he wouldn't be famous at all, right?
No, if it wasn't for Fresh Prince of
Yeah,
Bel-Air,
yeah, name
he'd
one
have,
thing.
He'd
Exactly.
have a real hard time making the money that he's made over his lifetime.
You know, it doesn't help him that he kind of dresses like him,
That's fair, too.
especially now. Like, he's
Also,
always
what
got
also
the cardigan
doesn't-
sweater on.
He's lightened up the last couple years, but there was a bunch of years where he took golf way too seriously.
Yeah.
He's like the club slamming, like swearing at himself when he hooks something off to the left. Like, he did not enjoy golf for a while.
No.
Oh,
No. He hated it. It was funny though.
It was entertaining.
It was entertaining. Not as entertaining as watching Charles Barkley try to swing before he got his hip surgery. That was entertaining
that
too.
weird stutter swing that he did.
I mean, everyone's like, it's in his head. It's in his head. I'm like, no, man, that dude can barely walk. Like, that dude can't make a golf swing.
Yeah, like when you saw him, you were like, "Holy shit! I don't know how he's getting around."
Yeah, and now, like, I mean, it's still a little awkward, but it's a lot better than it used to be. And it's because he's had his body taken care of.
And then he can actually walk.
Yeah.
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 I mean, he was struggling, but he's a big guy. And he was walking around at like 340. I mean, just a large human being.
I mean, he was dunking and all that. That landing just from all that weight would probably hurt a lot on the knees after a while.
Yeah, his body. You realize more after you meet these guys just how much professional sports takes a toll on the body. Like it's real.
It's an actual job.
Yeah. I mean, they get beat up, and some of the guys get lucky and they're fine. But you talk to guys that were super athletes on the field, and they're like, "Oh, I've got a titanium hip, I've got a titanium knee, my ankle's been completely rebuilt." And it's everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's a handful of guys. Ed, I'll just leave it at Ed, who never got injured on the field. Walks in here, dude is almost 80 and carries himself like he's in his middle 50s. And he played a position, by all accounts, he should have been beat up like crazy.
Oh, we're talking about too tall, huh? Listen, I was a little slow
Yeah.
on the uptake.
Little being generous.
Hey, I don't.
Also, for the record, one of the nicest human beings you've ever come across. Like,
That
just
he
an
is.
amazing
No,
person.
That is, yeah. But so is, what's his name?
George,
Larry.
Larry.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I do different energies between the two of them.
Yes.
Larry
100%.
does like to get after it a little bit.
A little bit. A little bit. A little bit.
But yeah, a lot of those guys are just phenomenal human beings in the right setting. Some of them really aren't.
Fair.
That's kind of the other thing that's missing, too. now.
Yeah, they're like there is no exposure
can tell,
anymore.
yeah, you can tell. Like celebrity golf 10 years ago would be like you throw a dime in the street and you'd bump into like 6 or 7 of these guys.
Oh,
I mean, for the first 10 years, forget 10 years ago, 15, 20 years ago, for the better part of a decade, the only celebrity that was untouchable was Jordan. Everyone else was out and about,
and even Jordan made it out sometimes.
only to play.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he would go to a high limit table that was set aside for him and then walk back. Like that's really all he was doing.
Yeah.
Always protected.
we're
I mean,
talking about-
and part of that isn't Jordan's fault. Like, that dude has been stabbed in the eye with Sharpies from people trying to get autographs. Like,
Yeah.
there was a significant amount of time where being Michael Jordan in public, I imagine, was not a terribly easy thing to do.
Super shitty.
Fair.
Yeah.
Super shitty. Yeah.
So, I mean, on some level, he didn't take a lot of grief for that because it was Jordan.
Yeah.
And everyone else was accessible. And I mean everyone.
Yeah, like the baseball players, the hockey players would like team up together and just go in groups, like just walk around as a group of like hockey players, just doing the whatever. Then the baseball guys would go and do whatever because they're all friends, especially now.
Some of the older guys didn't do the casino thing. Like Johnny Bench played a few years. And I mean, he was pretty old at that point. You just didn't see him out and about.
Right.
And some of the guys were still trying to be athletes. Like Rippin, when he played, was still, when he was younger in the first years, still trying to be an athlete. Like you would see him out running in the morning.
Yeah.
Fair.
He was a really nice guy too, though. So was Namath, played the first couple years, and he was amazing. I take that back. There were a couple years where Gretzky was here, and he was pretty off limits.
It's Wayne.
It's the great one.
Yeah, his nickname's the Great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Dan Quinn wasn't gonna let you get near him either.
Yeah.
You know, neither would the Secret Service guys that walked around with him.
Yeah, but what are you going to do about that?
I'm curious. Did they chirp at each other while they were golfing?
The hockey players?
Yeah.
Dude, the hocky players chirp at everyone.
That's
They
awesome.
don't give a shit. They chirp at people in the audience.
Some of my favorite things is the hockey players just chirping back
Dude,
and
the,
forth.
The hockey players, not only do they chirp on each other, they chirp on everyone. And then if you try to get in on it, they just both team up together and chirp on you and make you look like an idiot. Then they go back to chirping by themselves. Like they don't need any help. But the baseball guys will they'll walk around together. And you'll be like, didn't you guys play against each other? They're like,
Or like, I'm not going to say their names. I don't want to bury them. But like, there were guys that had people following them with briefcases of cash for on-course games.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you used to get a little squirrely out there. You'd be like, oof.
Yeah. Like you realize what's in the briefcase, and you go, oh.
Oh. Yeah.
It's that kind of bet.
Yeah.
Well, especially during like the pro-am when they're just bullshitting.
Yeah.
A lot of money changes hands during the pro-am. Like, you think there's some money that takes place when they're betting each other, like when they're together?
Well, and
like a
especially
couple thousand a hole.
especially for the Harazam,
Oh yeah,
tomorrow on Wednesday.
the Wednesday.
They're playing with a bunch of gamblers.
It's
Like
just-
all of them are 7 stars.
It's bad.
And they're all making bets.
But I mean, like there was the 1 year I legitimately spent 4 hours in here with Joe Theismann,
Yeah.
like because he was just out and about.
Dude, the best one. Donovan McNabb sitting over there for probably 3 hours. And the only 2 people in here that knew who he was were me and Casey. No one else knew who he was.
Legit.
He walks out and they're like, that guy was kind of big. Do you think he's playing in the tournament? You're like, I think so. He's the starting quarterback for the Eagles.
Yeah, just maybe.
See,
just maybe.
I would have been at a loss because I don't watch any of those sports.
It's one thing if it's, random Joe, like, some of the baseball guys are smaller,
Yeah.
especially some of the fielders. Some of the hockey guys are smaller. Brett Hull was tiny. I mean, he couldn't miss his mug, but he was small.
Yeah.
Donovan McNabb was gigantic. Not like Ben Roethlisberger big,
But big.
but big.
Yeah.
You're like, what did you think that guy does for a living?
Yeah, there's a way that like athletes like that are when you see them and you just kind of go, okay, you're not normal. Something about you is off. Something about you. I don't know if it's because your hands are 3 times the size of mine and you got a lot of muscles.
You could palm my head.
Or like, the Golden Boy played, what, 3 or 4 years?
Mm-hmm.
And if he was wearing a hat, you wouldn't know who he was.
Facts.
Like
That's-
in regular
facts.
clothes, you would have never known that
You're
he was a
like-
professional athlete.
You're like, nope, no, couldn't tell.
I was looking at Christian's comment. He's like, I met Shaq. That is an incredibly large man.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
I mean
yes.
that's on a different level.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's,
Nice.
yeah.
Nice.
And Joe Montana sometimes is nice, sometimes not.
But I mean, he hasn't come in a long time.
No, but as Christian said, he heard Joe Montana's a nice guy. He's very situational,
Yeah.
just like Jerry Rice. Jerry Rice, very situational human being.
Dude, it's funny because the 2 Cowboys quarterbacks are like polar opposites. Troy Aikman, very stern, walks like someone was coaching his posture for a very long time. Tony Romo, not even kind of.
Pretty much just a goofy guy.
Yeah.
Like really,
Just a goofball.
there's no seriousness about him at all.
I mean, that's kind of awesome to have.
No, Tony Romo's actually a pretty cool dude.
He is like when he has dinner at the steakhouse, like he'll walk up and stick his head and be like, "What's going on, guys?" And then I'm going to dinner. Like,
Yeah, and then one of his lackeys will come by for him.
Does
Yeah,
he
yeah.
still come to dinner here?
Yeah, he'll go to dinner. I think what's his name? Patrick Mahomes. He likes to go there for dinner.
Okay.
yeah. Curry, but Curry usually gets snuck in the back,
Yeah.
and he's usually with his dad.
Fair. I
And-
feel like most of them are going to get snuck in
And
the
they
back.
don't like that. His dad used to like hang out and smoke early years.
Yeah,
like,
early.
way before anybody knew who Seth and Steph were.
Right.
When Dell was just a retired basketball player, he would hang out and smoke cigars. But now he's got a private roller.
Yeah, I think it's all 3 of them this year.
It's been all 3 of them the last 4 years. I
Well,
think.
no,
Nice.
not last year because Steph was in the
Well,
Olympics.
yeah, the Olympics.
Yeah.
But like generally they all come together.
Yeah, so they'll all be up here again. I read
Okay.
the list. It's
List seems
okay.
good.
I mean, it's okay.
Okay.
And they'll end up like the one place you will see them out about a little bit. There's a fair section of them that end up at like mom and pop restaurants that they've been going to because some of these guys have been playing for 20 years.
Yeah. They find the
like-
place they like
Yeah,
and go.
Jerry Rice will end up at like his Italian place. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think the Currys like the California burger.
Do they?
Yeah, they end up there
Okay.
sometimes.
How is California Burger? I've never had it.
It's pretty good.
Okay.
I actually like their burger better than Lucky Beaver.
Okay. Better than Lucky Beaver, but you like the sides more.
At Lucky Beaver?
Yeah.
Yeah, the weird twisted peeled potato French fry.
Yeah, I like the fries and
Yeah.
the tots better at Lucky Beaver, but the burger itself I like better at California Burger.
Okay.
There's just too many people.
Yeah.
Both.
They're both so busy.
They're both.
Oh,
just,
yeah.
They're so hard to get to.
Like even like late at night.
Oh, and this week, I mean, there'll
yeah.
be an hour and a half wait at Lucky Beaver every night this
until
week,
3 o'clock in
starting
the morning.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, best time to go to Lucky Beaver, it turns out, is 5:30.
When the game's going.
No, when there's no one in there. All the drunks have poured themselves out, and nobody's gotten up
Oh,
yet
you
to go
mean-
do
Oh,
anything.
5:30 in the morning. Yeah.
5:30
yeah,
in the
when we would
morning.
go
I've
after
done
the
that.
club closed.
Yeah.
Because we would go over there. Some guys would get food, like their breakfast burrito is really good. Some guys would get food. We'd all get like a shot and a beer, just wind down after the club closed on Fridays and Saturdays.
Yeah.
See,
And it was phenomenal.
my favorite breakfast place for a while was at the Lakeside Inn. They do the steak, and you'd get the employee discount for being working at any of these casinos. It was
Yep.
always good,
Yep.
especially after a long night of drinking.
All right, I'm gonna try the mystery whiskey.
Okay.
It's so good.
It smells good.
I've tried it already. It feels like it's proofy. I don't think it's 1792.
No?
Well, there's one that's 125 proof.
Hold, please.
Let me think about this.
No, it's a
No,
it's
it's
a
not that.
burger. It's a burger joint, Christian, not a strip club.
There's two of them, one in Reno and one in Tahoe.
If it was just in Reno, you'd be forgiven for thinking it's a strip club.
They do make a calendar,
honestly,
but
You
Not
could
a strip
probably
club.
fit a strip club in there. For
probably.
being fair, the Reno one is big.
I haven't been to that one.
I go to it once a year.
Where's that at?
The Reno one, it's across from the Atlantis,
Okay,
Yeah, like literally.
I tried
right
that.
across the street. So I go there because I play in Lucky Beaver's golf tournament every year.
Yeah.
And the banquet and award ceremony is the Lucky Beaver in Reno. So I go there once a year.
How often do you take it?
Take what?
The winning it.
I've never taken it.
Because they cheat.
No, they're. I mean, sort of.
Yes.
Right. They don't actually cheat. The most years he didn't play last year. We took third last year.
Okay.
Most years, the
It's a
head
scramble?
pro. Yeah, the head pro at Edgewood has a team. He's got his two Arizona State interns who play at Arizona State on the team, and their long drive guy.
Oh, that's cheating.
So they're going deep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, does your new place have one? A team that is involved in that or no?
No.
No, he puts the
In
team
fact,
together.
I'm gonna have to buy the foursome this year because I don't think Schmody's gonna do it.
Oh. He's not coming?
Dude, he hasn't been up in.
Tool.
He hasn't been up in 7 months.
That's true. Tool.
I haven't seen him in forever.
Well, you can get LeRon to go.
Mm.
No.
I might. So I think I'm gonna play with the senior manager that I was friends with at North Star.
Yeah. Okay.
He's a stick,
Yeah.
and then I think we're gonna have a non-stick. We're gonna bring if she still wants to play, the senior manager from Tamarack,
Ah, okay.
from Heavenly,
There
Okay.
you go.
Daryl.
Daryl.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
And then I just need to find a fourth.
Just take LeRon.
Yeah.
What are you gonna have Daryl do?
Putt.
Dance.
Fair. I'm good with both. At least film
Did
it.
you say dance? You schmuck.
Putt, dance, and distract. That's her job.
That is perfect.
Oh, darn. I missed something. I must bend over to grab that. It worked for the replacements. It should work for you, okay?
It definitely could work for you.
Daryl's actually a really good person.
What the hell's going on? Come on, ref.
Oh,
that
she's-
other
I
girl's
never-
fucking-
She's a great person.
I never understood that because there's a lot of people that had a problem with her. I always thought Daryl was super cool.
Nah, the few times that I interacted with her and Gabby, they were both fine. They were
Yeah.
decent people.
Christian says he'll come out if you need a fourth.
Yeah, you want to come play?
There you go.
It's a good tournament.
I mean, it's the Lucky Beaver tournament.
I mean, you got to go low. We took third last year with a 54,
yeah.
53 or 54.
Isn't it
pretty
really
good.
just an excuse to drink for 17 holes and
Oh yeah, there's
Yeah.
booze all
Yes.
over the course.
it's just
There's booze after the course.
Alcohol.
They pass out drink tickets like they don't know what to do with them.
yeah.
It's just a good time.
Yeah.
Like I don't play that tournament to win. I play that tournament to have it to enjoy myself.
Where's this played at?
Lake Ridge. In
Lake
Reno.
Ridge? Okay.
They actually they played it at my favorite course in Reno the first year, and I actually watched the thing that got us thrown off the course. So these guys, the course is called Somerset, and part of it plays on like either side of this little canyon. So the guys in front of us were employees of Lucky Beaver and hammered. I mean,
No.
just smoked.
No.
So they have like these girls out there. They've got go-go's out there, and they're having like a water gun game. It's all a fundraiser for Ronald McDonald House.
Right.
So and they raise like 70 or 80 grand. Like it's a good fundraiser.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
And one of the drunk guys drives the golf cart onto the tee box, and everyone freaks out. They're like, no, you can't. And he's like, oh God, I'm sorry. And then turns the golf cart, drives it off the tee box, over the cart path, and into the ravine in front of the head pro for Somerset.
And that's right. You were behind it watching it. I remember
watched
this.
I actually helped push the golf cart out of the ravine. We're like, well, we don't get to play here ever again.
I think you could have lifted out by yourself.
We're not coming back at all.
Maybe they'll forgive it, and maybe you'll get another chance.
No, they didn't. That's why we went to Lake Ridge.
No, that's why it's a different course now.
And Duncan is the company that owns Lake Ridge. They're a little bit looser in their standards.
Okay, how do you think me and Casey would play on that course with the ravine and all that?
Somerset? All right, I like Somerset because, in my opinion, it is the truest test of golf in Reno.
So not very well.
It is a challenging golf course.
I go into the ravine every time. We'd have to play your ball.
I gotta buy new balls, man. I'm out.
I think I got a
few.
I think I got a bag.
I think I've got 3 left from the box we opened.
I think my dad has
started.
boxes of stray golf balls
Oh,
in his
perfect.
garage. We can manage.
Sweet.
I think I have a few
Yeah.
from the first box.
I only play Titleist Pro V1s.
Jesus, Provi. I went to Callaway, super soft.
How is it that you get to be bougie about your golf ball, and I'm out there like, Kirkland's fine.
Because
Oh, that's
no, that wasn't the problem. The problem is that you were using the Kirkland ball to sandbag, and that's insulting. Okay, we already knew you're gonna beat us like a fucking professional.
well. Hold on, because I had a couple of those range balls, and you called me out on them.
That's out of bounds.
I wasn't playing with them; they were just like practice balls that I would hit.
He didn't know the difference. That's not
Take those balls out your bag.
They're practice.
Listen.
It's fun. I don't lose
This
my
is-
golf ball when you hit
This
it.
is Will Smith at the Oscars. Take those golf balls out your bag.
Listen, they're in the bag, so when I have you test something out, I don't lose a golf ball on top of it for it going like 500 yards.
No, I don't need you sandbagging us.
I like the one I hit back onto the range in case he's like, where'd it go? I'm like the middle of the range.
Where?
He's right there.
Where?
At least
anyway,
he didn't hit it at the range.
Was that with Kevin Sevenwood? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
His Mizuno 7-wood.
Listen, I like that thing.
Dude, there's a lot of pros playing
Lane's like,
seven woods
this
now.
thing is whippy as shit.
It was a little
He's
light
like, why
on
would
the
you
flex.
fucking buy this? What the-
I enjoy it. I think it has a nice handle
It's
on
like
it
a
for me.
slapjack, but a golf club.
Listen, of course you can't play it because it's very whippy, but I could play it because
I hit that.
My golf stroke's
I hit
kinda-
that dead straight onto the range.
you did.
It was just fine.
It was fine.
How'd you like it?
I mean, I play a 5-wood.
Yeah.
I don't play a 7-wood because I already hit the ball way too high. Like high enough that it does. I was hitting 6-iron in front at Lake Tahoe in front of one of the guys that I know. His name's Mark. Pretty good golfer. I used to play in skins games with him. And he walks over to me and I'm skying the shit. I'm still getting these things out to like 218-ish. Like I'm hitting them well, but they're going so ridiculously high in the air. And he's like, "What are you hitting?" I was like, 6-iron. And he goes, "Show me." He showed me. He's like, "How are you putting your 6-iron that high in the air?" And the answer is, I don't know.
Magic.
Well, that's the thing. Every time somebody asks you, like we were at the golf course and that team was there from the high school, they left because of you. They went to go putt instead.
I know the coach is like, "We're gonna go putt."
But it's one of those things. Every time somebody sees you hit, they're like, "What are you playing?" You say a 6 or a 7, and they're like, "Really? Are you fucking kidding me?" And then they walk off.
Dude, people don't believe me.
That's part.
I tell people before I play with them, like I hit the shit out of the ball. Like I can play a pretty good golf game, but I just hammer the ball. And they're like, "Well, what does that look like?" And I tell them, and they're like, "Okay, whatever." And they see it. Like, "You weren't kidding, were you?" Like, no.
I gave you forewarning.
Yeah, Matt was the worst. Every single time. Somewhere in the front 9, he couldn't resist. It's usually on a par 3, and I hit one up, because, everyone's playing from the same spot, right? Hit one up, green-ish, like center of the green somewhere, and he looks at me and he goes, what did you hit there? And I go, pitching wedge. And he's holding like a 7-iron. And he's like, should never have asked. I'm like, no.
So your pitching wedge goes just as far, if not further, than a 7.
I mean, the average distance on a 7-iron, I think, is like 155 in the world. Now there's a lot of room in there for terrible golf. What's like 155? I play my pitching wedge to like 157.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't hit it that far. That's like top half of the tour distance. Now, I'm not nearly as consistent as they are, but I can get their distances. Like, I can get my driver club head speed to 143, 144 without looking like I'm swinging out of my shoes.
Yeah.
What's it look like when you swing out of your shoes?
The golf club goes, wait, I look like John Daly. And, maybe 1 in 4 hits the fairway.
I feel like Christian does need to play with you because the look on his face would be pretty funny.
Dude, sad reaction's always on my golf bingo card when I play with Lane.
Yeah.
It's a guaranteed spot check for someone just going, what'd you hit there? And I'm like, oh, just check it off right now. Because as soon as he's like, I don't know, sand wedge, they're like, motherfucker, what the son of a bitch.
Yeah, and they quit golf that same day.
No, they go get back surgery.
No, that's a true story. Professional hockey player, mind you, is out on the course with us. And like playing in a single scramble with me and Casey motivated him to get back surgery. Because he's a professional athlete. And it was the long drive. It was hole 13 at Lake Tahoe. And he hit what admittedly was a very good drive.
Very good drive.
Like 325, 330.
Ish, yeah.
Way better than me and Casey. Got it.
Yeah, well, better than the whole group by a long time. Like they were the two really good hitters. Me and Ozzy were just there to drink and have fun. We didn't give a shit.
But he looks at me walking off the tee and goes, I think I got you. And I mean, it was the best drive I'd hit in that day, to be fair. But I just uncorked one to like 387. And I mean, it screamed by his ball at 330. And his head just sank.
He went.
Well, I mean, there was a couple times where you're clearing some of the courses now. Like you're hitting four and change now.
Yeah, the biggest ball I've ever hit at sea level is 416.
What about up here?
Well, okay, so the biggest ball I've ever hit up here was cheating.
Yeah.
Because the fairway was frozen.
Yeah.
That is extremely cheating.
I mean, it was. I rolled up on the green at like 490, but it got 2 bounces that looked like it was cart path.
You did the tin cup cheat.
Oh yeah. I might as well have been playing on the road. It just never stopped. Like the first bounce was almost as big as the drive.
Damn.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Okay, that's okay. Normal without it being frozen.
I think I've gotten to like 440 up here.
Okay. What were you hitting down there at the range? Because I know you made it onto second hole, third hole.
I got just
The
off the
tee
third
box
hole
off tee.
green. I flew the tee box on 2 and got to 3, almost to 3 green.
Where that tree is.
Yeah,
How far is that?
I have no idea.
I don't know. Far.
It's also range balls, like they're crap.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing. You got there with a range ball. So
I mean, I routinely hit the tee box on hole 2, like to the point where I won't hit my driver. Like I go late in the day when there's barely anyone on the course anyway, but I won't hit my driver if there are people playing.
right.
I won't hit my 3-wood if there are people on the number 2 tee box.
It's far.
It's super far, and then they just look at you like, "What just happened?"
Well, conveniently, they look back and they go, "No fucking way."
Yeah,
Which one of those motherfuckers is doing that?
usually they think it's someone that shanked one off one.
Yeah.
It's somebody.
Like shanked their approach shot off
Yeah,
one or
they'll
something.
look like, well, motherfucker, how? And then,
Like they don't start out looking at the range.
Just like, is Kevin playing again?
Yeah.
That just flew right and almost hit me.
some of your shanks, man, are pretty impressive.
Well, it's funny because when I hit it, it gets that weird spin on the head, off the head as well. So I hit it on the outside of the head, and it gets that weird spin with it too. So it doesn't just go right; it spins off further.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You've got you're like when you hit. He's got the Caddyshack slice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, I do. That's why me and Casey figured out if I'm standing on one, I have to face about 20, 30 degrees to the left to get it to go where I want.
Look, 4 out of 5 times, turning him makes it so it kind of goes straight. And then every now and then he's like, no, I'm going to turn and hit it. And then it goes fucking dead center. And it's like,
But way left.
Why the fuck were you turned that way? Because now we're way left.
Yeah, what's over there?
Just do it the right way the first time.
I'm still figuring it out, you know.
I feel like Rodney Dangerfield in those moments.
You give me a fishing rod, I can make it straight into where I want it. You give me a golf club, it's going every which way but the right way.
Gambling is illegal at Bushwood, sir, and I never slice.
You owe me.
Yeah, you can owe me. I owe you nothing. Dude, I love Caddyshack. Such a good movie. I don't know how Caddyshack 2 was allowed to be made, but Caddyshack was incredible.
I haven't seen the first one in such a long time. It's been like
I was
15 years.
I thought you were about to say you've never seen it. And I was like, how have
No,
you never
no,
seen
I've watched
Caddyshack?
it. My favorite part is the Snickers bar floating and him going in there, just sniffs it, eats it, and the lady passes out.
Yeah.
One of my favorite parts.
That's fair.
But I enjoy that movie. It's a good movie. I just, like I said, I haven't seen it in probably 10, 15 years. So I'm due to watch it again.
I did watch all of the Pierce Brosnan James Bonds recently.
Who was it? Cameron said he didn't like the Pierce Brosnan James Bond.
Well, he can fuck off.
I thought they were pretty good.
You know, here's the thing. Here's my only problem with it, okay? Is when it came out, right? Like GoldenEye came out in like 90, right? 91-ish, right there.
Yeah.
Early 90s, right? And then you get Tomorrow Never Dies, which is like 97, 98. And then you get The World Is Not Enough, which arguably I think The World Is Not Enough is probably the better of the Pierce Brosnan ones.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard. I mean, GoldenEye is very good.
GoldenEye is very
As
good.
a strict movie, it's very good.
Hands down.
Also responsible for one of the greatest video games of all time.
Yes,
Very true.
hands down. And then you get Die Another Day, which in the series of those movies gets a little squirrely.
Is Die Another Day the one where he gets captured and beat up?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like the first time James Bond is ever beat up.
Yeah, like he gets captured by the North Koreans and then they torture him for 14 months.
I kind of feel like every Daniel Craig James Bond was trying to be Die Another Day.
Yeah, he got his butt kicked a lot.
That's fair. That's fair. They do kind of have that more grittiness to him.
Yeah, also like he does it like his act like the action sequence gets more spectacular,
Yep.
but he also takes more of a beating.
Yes, that's fair. There's a lot more of like him losing fights than winning them, but it's just like the progression. Like GoldenEye is very like down to earth. Like, you know, the Russians are the bad guys. There's a satellite that's going to destroy people. Good fight sequences. Decent bad guys, right? The same could be said for Tomorrow Never Dies. Tomorrow Never Dies is the one with the media mogul, Elliot Carver, you know, and like he's kind of a good bad guy because he's really not doing anything evil, just changing how the media portrays the world. And I was like, that's pretty good, right? It's pretty decent. The World Is Not Enough, right? It's just like, okay, oil pipelines are evil. Insert generic bad guy with an evil chick who's got Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Revisit the James Bond skiing scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Die Another Day, little face offish for me, if I'm being fair.
A little bit.
Because that gene therapy changes the Asian dude to the white dude.
Yeah.
And then you're just like, what are we doing here? Or we just abuse the fact that we have so much more money in these money. We can just do whatever we like. The dude had diamonds in his fucking face, and you're like, how is he not the main villain? Like Diamond Face should have been the main villain. I don't care what anyone says.
If this is really James Bond, but it's also trying to do, was it Iron Man 3 with the Mandarin, but not the Mandarin?
Yeah. I'll give you that.
Like
yeah.
they're also like this should be the James Bond villain.
But not.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. No, that's fair.
But if you keep the camera rolling,
It's just a funny progression of like CGI and budget changes and like new camera techniques. Like you could really put those 4 movies together, and when you watch them, you go, "Oh wow, this is the real change from like the 1980s to the early 2000s of like what we could do with money and budget and stunts."
I mean,
you watch them change, and you're like, oh wow, this is crazy.
I mean, I think if we're being honest, the Pierce Brosnan James Bond had the best Felix.
Yeah, yeah,
Because the whole goal of Felix in James Bond is to make fun of the CIA, just a little.
yeah, and legitimately in Tomorrow Never Dies, he has my favorite fucking. Like he's wearing that fucking American flag shirt with the American flag like bucket hat.
Yeah.
And he's like, CIA officially ain't here. And you're like, all right, thanks, Wade. Yeah, that's the one that's got the fucking. Does he have any American markings on him? Because he's jumping into Vietnam, and they're both like, Vietnam.
No, he's jumping into Korea.
No, he's jumping into Vietnam.
Was he?
Yeah, that's in Tomorrow Never Dies.
Okay.
Yeah, he jumps into
Yeah,
Vietnam.
the tank,
Yeah,
the suit,
wetsuit, the tanks, the
flippers.
flippers.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ. The Vietnamese catch him. They're going to be pissed.
I will say, the one, like, where Pierce Brosnan's Bond fails and where Daniel Craig's Bond got it right again, like revisited what it should have been, the cars.
Oh yeah.
Yes, because their sponsorship with BMW kind of ruins that James Bond film. You know, it's funny too, because when you watch Tomorrow Never Dies, he actually goes to the MI6 headquarters in the Aston Martin.
Yeah.
And you just go, oh, well, there's the Aston Martin. Cool, he's going to get a new one. And then it's like a BMW M32 sedan.
And then you're
like,
disappointed.
This is the most un-James Bond car I've ever seen in
Well,
my
and
life.
when they're in one of the islands, he's driving a Ford.
Yes, he gets the Ford Fiesta.
Listen, I'm all for American-made cars, but can we not?
Not in those
The
movies.
only time it made sense was in Die Another Day because he was in Cuba.
Yeah.
And he was like, I need a fast car. And the Cuban general, who's clearly the bad guy, is like, okay. And he gives him the keys for like a Bel Air. And you're like, all right, in Cuba, that makes sense. It's probably the nicest car in Cuba. So that's fine. I don't expect him to have an Aston Martin in
a
Cuba.
lot of their cars in Cuba are still from the 50s.
Yeah. You know, it's funny, though. So in Die Another Day, there's actually a throwback to Timothy Dalton's License to Kill, because he gives Felix a Delectalos cigar as a gift, because that's the code for spy in Cuba. So when he goes and Die Another Day and he wants to order some Delectalos, the guy goes, we haven't made Delectalos in like 30 years. He's like, who the fuck are you? And that's why the general's like, I never thought we'd use Delectalos anymore. They're so good.
Yeah, I don't know what they're going to do with Bond now. That's going to be a problem.
It's
if they ruin Bond, I'm going to be so annoyed.
Have they announced who's going to be the next yet?
well,
Like, there are certain series... Okay, like, I was annoyed that they ruined Star Wars, right?
Of course.
I was annoyed that they ruined Indiana Jones.
Yep.
There are some things that you expect to get ruined. Jurassic Park.
Yep.
Like, I don't know how you do the first one again. Like, the first one was so incredible.
You can't. I mean, you could if you just redid the first one.
Yeah. Other, like, campy series, I didn't expect Alien to get ruined, but it kind of did.
Yeah.
Fair.
But
Right.
things that you expected to get ruined, like Terminator, you expected to go down eventually.
Yeah.
Until it was real.
Yeah.
Like now. Predator was definitely going to get campified.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But Bond is Bond.
Bond is
Like,
is
and it's
Bond.
not like a couple year series. It's like a 60-year series.
Yes. I think they've just celebrated 55.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I do know that unfortunately the next director's been picked.
Who is
Who's
it?
that?
Rian Johnson.
Oh, God damn it.
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
That's fucking annoying.
Well, now here's the thing.
There's no thing.
There is a thing, because we don't like Rian Johnson's Star Wars. True. However, Knives Out's pretty good.
Knives Out was good. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so was Glass Onion. Glass Onion was pretty good too.
Okay.
So if he comes with the Knives Out Glass Onion approach, I think that could work as a James Bond.
Okay.
I don't want
I
O.J.
don't
Simpson chase.
know that it can.
That's fair.
It doesn't have the right structure. He doesn't have the right structure for Bond. Like,
No.
on some level, Bond is not supposed to be intellectual.
They definitely ruined Police Academy.
Yeah, regardless of what Casey says.
You can get to 5 and be fine.
No, you can't.
Yes, you can.
It gets
False.
kind of choppy on 5
Not
and 4.
after the age of
see,
11.
5 is terrible. All right, but 1 through 4,
The 4 was choppy
Fantastic.
too, though.
1 through 4 are fantastic.
I'd say it's choppy. I'd say 1 through 3.
4 is Citizens on Patrol. It's got the best theme song of the whole fucking set. And Tony Hawk's in that one, so is David Spade. Just check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Like I said, it's a bit choppy.
and 3 and 4 I like because they both have Bobcat Goldthwait in it, and he's what makes that,
Yes.
like, hands down.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of done it too.
Their first assignment,
Yeah,
you can go 1, 2, and then
and I'm kind of done.
you're done. You don't go for Back to the Academy.
No.
I'll give you. You can kind of skip over Back to the Academy if it wasn't for Bobcat. Bobcat makes that one because he's the villain, and then Bobcat's the good guy. in
Christian's the
fourth
same. He's like 1 and 2, great. I did not like anything after Police Academy
Yeah.
3.
one. Oh, see, he likes 3. You gotta go for 4, man. Citizens on Patrol. Citizens on Patrol is fucking
He said
hilarious.
he liked it. He didn't say it was great. He said 1 and 2 were great. That one just like coasted apparently. Number
I
3.
think that's right, Christian. If I'm being honest.
Wrong. Wrong. It's fine though. Everybody's allowed their opinion.
But, dude, James Bond, it's not even an American film. Like, it's a British story. But it's kind of hallowed ground.
I mean, you'd think it'd be.
I
No,
mean, in the movie world, it absolutely is.
It's like driving for Ferrari. You really shouldn't be fucking it up.
Fair.
Like
yet-
it's hollowed ground for some people, and then yet sometimes they do things that they're like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Yeah.
You know. There are some James Bond films where you watch them and you're like,
No, I mean, there were
Really?
definitely some mistakes. But you can't make that many films and, like, they can't all be bangers.
"No," but there are like a lot of A tier James Bonds, and then there's a lot of like B tier. There are very few lower than that.
Yeah.
In the even that one where Christopher Walken's the bad guy, which people forget that Christopher Walken was a Bond villain. And
I mean-
it's hilarious
But
because
then-
he was
but-
in a blimp.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. If someone were to come to me like, do you think Christopher Walken played a Bond villain? I'd go, yes.
'Cause he
Most
did.
definitely. Yeah.
He doesn't even need like they don't need to do anything special. He could just have his regular speaking diction and be a Bond villain.
which he does.
Yeah.
I mean, you just look at him and you know he's going to be a great villain in most movies.
Yeah, probably.
And then you hear him, you're like, yep.
I'm
Villain.
still waiting to see fucking Ben Kingsley be a bad guy.
I was so disappointed when they ruined him.
Oh, Christian watched F1.
Oh, yeah, he texted me. He thought it was good.
Kept
Uh,
8-year-old Dean interested for 2 hours and 40 minutes.
Yeah, because it's fantastic.
I haven't watched it yet.
Fantastic movie.
Like I said, I was gonna watch it, but me and the wife went.
Listen, what is this like going to the movies thing you guys talk about?
Never,
It happens
it's a
every
thing
once in a
people
while.
do.
Like
sometimes.
I only do it very rarely.
I've gone 3 times in like the last 5 years.
I usually go by myself if I get a chance, but me and the wife went out because we haven't gone out in God knows how long, and we
think-
watched the new
Dude,
28 years later.
I think the last movie I saw in theaters was The Force Awakens.
Yeah, and that disappointed you, and you never went back to a
It
theater.
was so terrible, you've never gone back.
It's like, oh,
I don't blame you.
that's awful.
Listen, me and Casey have hopes and dreams that the new movies we're gonna watch are gonna be pretty damn good, and most of the time they
I love
fail.
your optimism.
Here's the thing. The movies I've gone to see are all because I know that I want to experience it in D-Box, and that's the only reason I've gone.
Which is why I went and saw F1.
Like F1 D-Box, fan-fucking-tastic. Top Gun Maverick in D-Box, fan-fucking-tastic.
Like I said, so 28 years later, there's
Oh, that's right. You saw 28
You
years
saw it,
later.
yeah.
there's to tell you the truth, I didn't have any memorable. Like I don't remember a good chunk of it because it wasn't really memorable. It was a lot of fan service,
Well, did you
a lot of
did you-
chi-chis, a lot of ding dings.
Did you watch the first 2 before you went? Did you refresh yourself?
I should have refreshed myself. I did not.
See?
But like I remember the first 2, and they were way better than this.
I have. All right. For me, zombie films, a lot like Godzilla films. You can't really walk out disappointed because what did you think you were going to get?
Like I said, it was mediocre at best.
No, you can, because I've seen all 8 Resident Evils, and they were all disappointing.
But yeah, but that's because
That's
you're
different.
trying to get the video game.
That's disappointment on a whole.
But that was
different
because of the
level.
video game.
No, that's
Like
true,
we
that's
expect
true.
a lot because of the video game series, especially with us. We played those pretty frequently and regularly as kids.
I think the only one that was not disappointing was Afterlife.
Is that the second one or the third one?
It's like the fifth one. It's the one that's got Wesker in it.
Oh yeah.
And
Wesker shows up.
Wesker just shows up as Wesker, and you're like, thank God they finally got one dude right.
But
in this whole fucking series.
It was at the
Waited
end
forever. Yeah,
and never brought him back.
it's legitimately 5 minutes, and you're like, this is the best 5 minutes of the whole fucking film because that was the most realistic thing to the video game I've seen.
Most memorable part, yeah.
They had the best bad guy for 5 minutes,
And he had the dogs next to him too.
yeah, that's the
Yeah.
one. Yeah, that's the,
The
fantastic.
best scene.
That was it. Done.
Then after
That's all
that,
you
it's
need.
just
All you need.
I'll take your word for it.
All you
I
need.
never played the game.
Oh, see, you're missing out. You don't understand the pain
the new games.
that man brings.
I'm not gonna lie, the new games are kind of boring to me. Like the newer Resident Evil that they put out. My wife played it. I couldn't play it because I got too bored and it wasn't holding my interest. Mind you, I don't play that many video games anymore, anyways, because I get bored with them and I have better things to do. Go outside.
I
You
just
know.
don't have that kind of time.
Fair.
Time too. Yeah.
I haven't even gotten on the golf course. I've been on the driving range. That's it. Last time I was on the golf course was with you guys.
Oh yeah,
That
yeah,
was the last time we went too, though.
yeah.
Yeah, but I usually card a lot of golf rounds.
No, that's fair. I think me and Kevin still have like 2 games on you
Yeah.
for being fair for the year, which is odd.
Hey, we're only halfway through.
Yeah, you watch. As soon as you get days off, you're gonna beat us. You're like,
That's
why
fair.
not? Played 2 games yesterday. What were you guys doing? What the fuck? The movie though, you guys do, or at least should watch. I think is Sinners.
Yeah, you
Sinners.
said that.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
Yeah.
looks good from the commercials.
It's very good. I was surprised how good it was.
So you went and watched it in theaters?
No, it's on HBO Max.
Oh, okay.
I watched it in here with Will. I made Will watch it. which
Did he
was
fall asleep through it?
hilarious.
I haven't even watched the new series of Bear,
I haven't.
and I
either.
run a restaurant for a living.
I have not watched the new season of The Bear yet. I
I don't even know what that is.
Kevin, it does build a little bit.
Okay, but disappointing still for you.
I mean, it's not disappointing because it's a Gurkha. And I don't have my expectations set very high.
Oh, so
It's a perfectly smokable cigar. Would I ever smoke it again? Probably not.
okay.
See, look,
Well, that's
we found one you found. I
It's-
thought was okay.
It also has the problem that I have with all Gurkhas, and that they're all flaky as shit.
Well, yeah.
It's all over me.
Yours has been a little flaking. Yeah, it's fair. It's also a 60. They do that.
Yeah.
That's,
Not all of them. Rocky 60s don't flake.
no,
like
the
this.
Rocky 60 doesn't, but that one seems to.
Yeah.
The cheaper binder,
Yeah,
like the short binder 60s flake.
I don't think we're gonna see Cameron. Do you guys want to summarize the whiskeys real fast?
Yeah, what do you got?
I mean, 2. I really like 2 on the front half. The finish is a little harsh, but the viscosity is amazing. The flavor profile is incredible.
I on 2, I see where Kevin says it's proofy. Because it does have a
Yeah.
bite. There's a bite to it.
I'd say it's probably right there around the 120 range for proof. 110, 120. I go in between there. I wouldn't put it any higher.
You think so?
Yeah,
I think it's 120.
unless it's a rare character and it's
Yeah.
punching at
That's
127.
not. There's no way that's rare character.
Hey,
I
listen,
was
we've been
thinking
wrong
rare
on a couple.
character.
I don't think it's rare character.
But I don't think there's any rare characters that taste that good in there.
Fair.
and then
like
the
I-
Old Forester, you just get that Brown Foreman yeast.
Old Forester.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's so good. It's so good.
So
Oh,
prices.
it's so good.
It also has a harsh finish though, but that's the heat cycling of Old Forester. So
yeah.
$26. Don't know. Call it $90, $88.
80, 90? Yeah.
Yeah.
Depending on where you find it.
I think that is probably an $80 or $90 whiskey.
What do you got?
We're going prices, right?
Yeah, I was asking you.
Oh, okay. For the first one, I'd probably do 50 on it. Second one, I'd probably go 60 on it.
Well, we know the prices of the first one.
I don't know the prices. I don't remember that stuff.
Lane just said them.
I forget.
You weren't
The first one's a $26 bottle.
26. I'd go 40 with it. I'm willing to drink it.
I mean, it's a perfectly serviceable full proof.
Exactly. So
It's still got the Buffalo Trace notes. It's sweet. It's a little light. It doesn't have the savory note that I like the Stag, but it's very
Yeah.
good.
right, and it, like you said, it helped with that cigar a little bit. So
Yeah.
can't beat that.
No.
Number 2, I go probably about 70, 80 on it for sure. And
Yeah?
yeah, and I already know the price of number 3. It was like 120.
They've come down in price though.
Yeah, no, they're down now.
They're
believe
now
it.
they're now in the $85 to $90 range for all the Old Forester picks.
Yeah, I think it was.
And then like 60 for the 100 proof pick, 62, 63.
I think that Rayleigh's picture had it at $989.99.
Yeah, that's a new pick though.
Yeah,
Okay.
for
I'm
the new
tempted
one.
to buy that and the 100 proof pick. I just haven't. He's got a bunch, so I've
Okay.
just been
But
putting
what's
it
the
up.
first one?
It's
Bench,
benchmark,
Benchmark.
foolproof.
What if I told you the second one was a benchmark foolproof
Are they the same?
125?
Are they the same?
Yeah.
Dude, did it age that much? Did it age that much in the fucking?
Are you kidding me?
But smell them together. They're
They
different.
smell different for sure.
like it aged
Because-
in the bottle.
Well, you got to think this one has been sitting in a smaller bottle, so there's less air in it. This one has sat in a bottle that's almost that was
This one,
What?
I think this one also lost proof because that bottle's a year and a half old.
yeah, and it's almost empty, right? It's like half
Yeah,
Yeah,
or
I
something
think
like
it
that.
lost proof.
So I think that's what happened.
They don't smell like the same whiskey.
There's no way.
It's the same whiskey, which is surprising.
Even the viscosity's different.
But like I said, because there's less air in this,
Well,
I
wait,
think
is-
that's why we didn't lose so much alcohol and proof.
What's it say on there?
Benchmark,
Yeah.
foolproof.
the
it
same-
actually
it's
says-
the same bottle. It's literally the same
It
bottle.
actually says fall proof because somebody wrote it weird. 125.
They have different noses. That blows my mind.
Oh,
that it
what-
changed that much between different storage containers.
120 for the proof, though. This is close.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So we know that
Like-
the both bottles are 27.
But think of the statistics of you picking the one that we picked.
Oh, I know,
randomly.
right?
How the fuck does that work?
It was bound to happen at some
That's
point.
Amazing.
But
They, I mean, am I wrong though? They taste like completely different.
yeah,
No,
the
they-
nose, the
I-
flavor profile, all different.
I seriously, like, for a while, thought this was 1792.
So I think this is the thing. If you're gonna buy the benchmark foolproof, you can't save it. You have to drink it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's got to be one of those, like, we're
Because
gonna go
as
through
it
this.
sits in the bottle, it becomes less.
That's crazy.
It's either that or you separate it into smaller ones and store
Well,
it
think
that
about
way.
how long that's been in the smaller bottle. They actually might not be. I think we've had a couple 3 bottles that they might not be the exact same bottle.
Right.
But still, they're drastically different.
Yeah, you don't even notice the proof
Like-
on the first one.
No,
They're supposed to be batched, so they shouldn't be different.
wow.
They're trying to accomplish the same flavor profile every batch.
Well,
They missed.
they missed. Turns out, the proof is just to take the air out of it.
That Old Forester though is.
The Old Fish is clearly winning.
Yeah, it holds up, even though we were drinking the last of it right now, right?
I mean, it was the very bottom. I poured out the bottle.
Yeah, and
before I
it's
even
you
sampled.
still get the proof from that. Mind you, that bottle wasn't that old. I think that bottle is only a couple months because we went through the
Six,
pretty
I think?
quickly.
6 months old ish.
8.
Okay, yeah. It was a wintertime pick. I know that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Just very good.
Yeah.
extremely.
Slight banana note, like the candied banana note, like
Yeah,
a runt.
Yeah, it sits there on your palate.
I will say, I think cigars. You know, I say that cigars ruin weeded whiskey.
Mhm.
I also think they jump proof up.
I tried it without having a cigar yet. Well, my second cigar. The first cigar I had like 30 minutes between.
But I think proof jumps. Well, not for you because you picked that one low. But I think the harshness on the back is exacerbated when you're smoking a cigar. I
Okay.
think you're better off smoking 100 proof or 110 proofer with cigars,
Okay.
Just keep it simple.
unless you want that proof harshness.
Okay.
Well, I've gotten used to most of proof harshness,
Mhm.
but
I don't even notice it
I didn't
unless I'm paying attention when I'm not smoking. But when I'm smoking, it jumps.
okay, yeah, because it has more of a sting to it.
Yeah, I think it's just the bite.
Dude, this cigar hasn't wanted to stay lit either. That's the. I don't know if it's just broken filler or what. Same reason it's ashy.
Yeah, short filler.
Yeah, I've had to relight it a bunch. See, look at that. I put it down and it just ashes. It's just flaky everywhere. I burned my shirt. Anyway,
I will say I do like the flaky ash in some aspects, because most of the time it doesn't get long enough to fall off, stay hot, and burn you.
no, that's fair.
So like if we were on the golf course, flaky probably a good thing.
Yeah. I mean, on the golf course, the wind eats so much of the cigar you don't notice it. I know I saw that. I'm ignoring it.
Mhm.
You'd burn off your taste buds if you were drinking that high proof stuff too.
How's that 13 year?
Oh, he said it was fantastic.
Okay.
That's good.
I'm told
all-
that's the
all-
best bottle they make.
All capitals.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So
I haven't bought any new whiskey in a while other than that Jerry's. That was a couple months ago, or like a month ago now. I haven't seen anything.
What have I bought? I picked up a couple of the straight ryes.
isn't this,
One for one of my bartenders.
isn't this the lull period though for new stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was, we didn't get it up here, but there was some BTAC and Pappy that was held back by Safeway, Pavilions, Albertsons, and they released them for the 4th of July, like in the big markets. So Southern California, the Bay Area.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Wish they would have released it up here.
We'd never see it anyway, dude. The Safeway guy's gotten super fucking kooky.
Well, yeah.
He holds back, like he deliberately fights not putting stuff on the shelf. He tries to sell everything he has to his short list.
To all his friends.
And I
all
happen
the-
to know one of the guys that's on his short list. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't get him to get the bottle for you.
That's okay, because I'm going to have better allocations, at least for Buffalo Trace, in about a month.
Oh, nice.
Eat shit and die, Safeway guy. Eat shit and die.
With the amount I'm buying of Sazerac.
So how do we get like allocations for like George T?
I'll get one.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
He started working on that the day he started working.
Yeah,
Actually,
right.
I didn't have to. The bartenders were already trying when I showed up. I just showed them how to do it right.
Ah,
It's
nice.
like, oh, you guys want whiskey allocations. Here's what we're going to do. They were offered the guy before me, or one of the guys before me, had negotiated for a Woodford Reserve barrel pick. They just presented. So the guy
You're okay.
the guy came up to me today and he was like, "Hey, do you want to do a Brown Forman barrel pick?" Like, maybe. What Brown Forman are we talking about? And he goes, Woodford. I go, no, I'm good.
Just get me one barrel of the Eagle Rare 12.
No. Brown Forman is Jack Daniel's Old Forester. Oh, yeah.
Christian
No, I
says-
saw that. I will, Christian. I will find you a bottle of 12.
And if he finds a bottle of that stuff,
It's not out in this market for another 3 weeks, but I will get you a bottle.
August, right? Is that what you said?
End of July, beginning August.
I just got to ask you what all the new stuff coming out is.
Yeah.
Most of the time, I don't know. Most of the time, I'm like, how does he find all this information? I'm like, well, he does work in the alcohol industry, so there's a chance he knows more than everybody else.
I literally buy alcohol as part of my job.
Well, yeah, even before that, I was always curious on how you figured it out. I'm like, how does he know this coming out?
The man
You
has a
know,
passion. When you have passions about things, you know things.
That is true.
Like, I'm sure you could tell us what kind of fishing we need to be doing around these areas to get certain types of fish.
Yeah, I did the guy
around
with-
Tahoe. It's
your
been a while.
passion.
It's been a while, so I don't know Tahoe all that well.
So
Wow.
I told the guy I would do a Jack barrel pick.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's really hard to get. I'm like, oh, well.
We'll figure it out.
I said, I'll do an Old Forester barrel pick. He's like, oh, that one's pretty hard, too. I was like, oh well.
Oh well. Do a rare character. Do one for me. Come on.
We need to know if those death and taxes ones come out again.
Yeah.
They actually, if you follow them on Instagram and turn off notifications, they announce their picks.
Okay.
They just did another Weller foolproof pick.
Oh. Okay.
But you have to be down there Saturday morning
Oh.
when they release it,
Oh.
and I'm not. Or you have to buy into their tasting, which also happens on Saturdays. I'm like, well, I'm not going to do that.
That's not gonna work.
Yeah. When was the last time I had Saturdays off?
Right.
Forever.
Saturday.
Yeah.
Fuck. Well, that's a work day.
Since you started working again, yeah. Even then, it was far and few between.
But their picks are good. That Jack Daniels rye pick they did was amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That was so good. I'm sad we don't have more of that.
Anyway.
Anywho,
You got cigars, Kevin?
I do. I got
Oh, that's
one.
right. We have cigars to talk about.
I got one that I picked for Lane just because of the box and what it is.
Was it coming Amberana?
Are you?
I wish.
Is this a dick move, or are you going to be like nice?
No, I thought of you because I looked at the box and the box was nice. So the first one is the Cavalier Genevieve, the green jacket.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Look at that,
Oh, wait a minute.
right? It's
Oh,
pretty.
11 cigars. It's
Oh, and it's a 7x47.
Okay,
It's
you
right
get
up your alley.
you might hate this though. It is a Churchill.
Uh-oh. Is it
It
Candela?
uses a no, it's actually a Claro wrapper.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Genevieve.
What are those? Genevieve? Yeah,
Genevieve.
Geneve, something like that.
All right, let's see it.
The inside of the box
is green.
No.
Oh, that's dumb.
Oh,
But it's why do they put 11 cigars if they're trying to pay homage to 12?
So the 11th cigar is a preview of the next one that's supposed to come out in their series.
Yeah, but it should be 12 cigars because that's the 12. That's 12 green
Yes.
at Augusta.
Well, you do know that because that is the 12th hole at Augusta. Because I'm like looking at it right now. I'm like, yeah, he got it. So this is a Churchill Claro wrapper
okay.
from Hamastran Valley in Honduras.
Oh, it's Honduran.
It is. It has a Honduran binder and a blended filler. So it's Honduran, Indonesia, and
Do
Nicaraguan.
they import dirt from Georgia to grow it?
You would think.
Just planet dirt.
So 198
Terrible name
box,
for a plant.
198 per box, 18 a stick. There were 28 boxes made for the U.S. Everybody else gets the rest. It's a 10 count box with a preview of 2026.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, right? It's a marketing. It's a cash grab.
Of
obviously.
course.
It's a marketing gimmick. I would still smoke it.
Like I said, I saw it, the box, saw the hole on the front. I'm like, oh, that's cool. Lane like loves golf. I'll do this.
I mean, legitimately, any golf course could put that out and it would sell every time.
Probably.
Like that's a cash grab golf course.
I'm wondering when Edgewood's gonna do it.
They're not.
Probably
They
not.
don't sell cigars
they don't
anymore.
sell, they don't allow
Oh
smoking.
yeah, that's right. They don't.
But
They're
I would absolutely smoke that cigar.
Full of
I'd probably
sadness.
be disappointed. I wouldn't care.
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't have too many notes on what what the flavor profile should be,
I would save the box and store stuff in it.
right? You just open it up, your keys
It'd
are
be
in
my
there.
new lighter box.
Right,
Lighter
100%.
cutter. So it'd be my cigar paraphernalia box.
Oh yeah,
100%.
it'd replace that big one you have over there, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
I don't think everything would fit in there though.
We'd figure it out.
It's a Churchill box. It's fine.
Oh, fair enough, fair
There's
enough.
space.
All right, our next one.
Mhm.
Let me get up here and click the button. Is the West Tobacco Company debut of the Circle of Life,
Look
at that.
that cigar.
right?
That is dark.
Please
It's
tell,
dark,
please tell me that's
oily.
Nicaraguan.
Ecuadorian Habano
Oh, I'm a-
Oscuro wrapper,
I'm okay with that.
Ecuadorian-
I love Ecuadorian wrappers.
Yeah.
Sumatra binder,
Okay.
Dominican Corojo 99, Nicaraguan from the Esteli, Jalapa, and Conde.
Yep, I want that cigar.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
100%. You're talking all the right.
It comes in Toro, Robusto, and Gigante.
Hey, Gigante.
I want Toros in that cigar.
Gigante.
So this one had a lot of notes and like off the rip, off of a dry like pull.
Mhm.
It has notes of sweet barnyard, dry hay, creamy oak, black pepper, breadiness, creamy peanut butter, and a sweet raisin.
Yep, I'm in.
And then when you start the cigar, you get an espresso with loads of spice,
Mhm.
transitioning into spicy oak earthiness.
Ooh.
Secondary flavors of coffee bean, anise, barnyard, dry straw, and powdery cacao nibs. With a slight veggie note, they said. Like vegetable, not actual like grass or anything.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Like bell pepper.
Yeah. And like this continues through for a little while. Then you get to the second, third, you get more black pepper on the retro hail, light fig notes, and that basically ends the first. The second one goes cacao nibs, cinnamon, a little bit of chalkiness, they said, herbs, creamy, peanut butter still, sourdough bread.
I will say the retro hail on this, very good.
Really?
Yeah, much
Oh,
better
nice.
than the regular flavor.
Oh,
Nice.
interesting.
In the third,
Can we get that cigar, Casey?
coffee bean, gritty
Uh,
earth, cinnamon,
I can look for it.
straw dust, salted potato chips, barnyard, oak, light fig sweetness.
Okay. No.
I
just-
wonder if the salted potato chips are just an aged version of that dairy note that shows up sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get out of here with that.
That's no,
bullshit.
this is what they said, so that's why I said it out loud.
They're just making stuff up now.
This is $12.99 a stick,
Alright.
20
Oh, yeah.
count box.
Okay.
Yeah, sounds pretty good, right?
And it's Circle of Life.
Circle of Life,
Who makes it?
West Tobacco Company,
Okay.
made by Casa Carrillo in the Dominican Republic.
I want to try
Okay.
that.
Yeah. that's-
Right? It sounded great, and that
sounds super good.
that picture looks good.
Casa Carrillo. Do you mean Casa Carrillo?
Yes.
Okay.
That's
So
the
is
other.
is it part of the EP Curio family?
I would say it is. It's made by their company.
Look at that. The presentation on that's phenomenal.
I didn't have a box photo. They didn't
If
have
that's
one.
the color it shows up as,
Oh, yeah.
That
like the reddish, it's almost got like that. Yeah, like it is. It's got that
Yeah.
Oscuro tint to it.
Yeah.
That looks phenomenal.
Oh yeah.
and oily,
Yeah,
shiny.
See,
I
and
wa- I want to find those.
I knew nothing about this. I just saw Circle of Life, and I got done watching The Lion King with the boys.
You're so corny.
Listen, I watched The Lion King with the boys and saw that. I'm like, oh, I'll click on it, see what it is. And then I saw that. I'm like, that is majestic.
Sorry, he said Circle of Life, and I heard the song play in my head. So
See, look, corny. That's what you get. You sit there disappointed.
that's what
Jesus.
happens.
Use your disappointed lady face. Give it to everybody.
It's ingrained in our DNA. Okay?
That it is. All right, I didn't get too
I
much.
wonder if I get a 5-pack off of that. 5-pack of that.
There we go.
We'd have to look.
CI.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so
What else you got?
the next one is a Foundation 10th anniversary.
Uh-oh.
Salomon Vitola, made by AJ Fernandez. It's a very nice looking box.
So what is it? Liga is a brand new cigar, and Vitola is a new blend for a pre-existing cigar.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
and it
Yeah.
comes in the Solomon.
I mean, absolutely. Listen, Foundation does almost nothing wrong right now.
I mean,
Yeah.
there's not a bad foundation, I don't think.
Yeah.
They've done
so-
really well.
Yeah.
Everything about that looks sexy.
So I have basic notes. I didn't get any of the profile. So it's a wrapper, U.S. Connecticut broadleaf with a Habano hybrid,
Yeah. So they're doing the same thing as like the Muestra de Sacas.
Yeah.
Brazilian Matafina,
Ooh, it's got
Binder.
Brazilian in it.
and the
Ooh,
filler is Nicaraguan.
I'm in.
Perfect.
I know, right?
Yeah,
That's-
we did, like that one too. I want that
That's the
one.
basic knowledge that I have on it because I couldn't find anything else. 35 a stick, 20 count boxes for 700, 10 count boxes for 350.
So here's at 35 a stick. We're talking about would I smoke that over a Padron at some point? Yes, I would.
Yeah.
Yeah. At some
Yeah.
point.
With the blend that's in there?
Yeah.
This one I only have 2 photos. They didn't have a close up of the cigar that I could show everybody. And then that's
No,
the
absolutely.
they have
I
2
would-
different style of boxes though.
Oh, it's the flat box.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's not 2 different styles of boxes. How many
Yeah.
cigars come in that?
Yeah.
I think those fit in the other. I think that's
Those-
one
The-
box.
Those 2 are the 10 count box on the right and left.
I think that's.
Are you sure? Because they
I-
look
those
like
are
they're
fi-
folded in.
I
they-
think
they-
that's one box. You can see the joints. That's
Yeah.
one box.
That's I feel like it's 2 boxes.
It's not. You can see the joints.
It's just the way they laid them on there, man.
No, you can see the brass, man.
I
Those are
don't think
hinges.
that's the
Yeah, I
same.
think those are hinges.
Because if they hinge and fold over, it's gonna. It's possible. It's
Look,
a 20
there's-
count box.
there's only 10
That's
in
the
that
box.
bottom row. That's the box.
That
Fitting
is
that in there
so
would be a pain
cool.
in the ass, though.
It would, but that's ridiculously
That's-
cool.
That'd have to be a centerpiece
That's
on
what
this.
that's what Alec Bradley is trying to do.
Yeah.
Got it.
That's fantastic.
Right?
Yeah, look. Those close and latch closed, and then they fold, they flip inward.
You think
Yeah.
so?
Yeah, that's 100% how that goes.
All right, I'll give it to you.
That's
yeah,
pretty
because that's
cool.
pretty deep in there. So
Yeah,
yeah, each one
that's-
is 5 count on the right and left, and then 10 in the center.
Yeah. So those flip out. That's the coolest box I've ever seen.
So you're gonna try and find these?
Fuck yeah, I'll try. I'll just buy the box.
I
off
know
somebody
where we'll
else.
get them. They won't last long.
Cri-
They'll
Chris-
have them at Fumari.
Christian, this is a man's cigar. That's an awesome presentation. So yeah, that's what I have for you today, this week.
I want to try that cigar
Yeah.
really badly.
Right.
Foundation's come up with some cool shit.
They're doing a really good job, and like I just had the Foundation. What was it? Maybe is it Foundation? The Norteños.
No,
What?
There's a little bird on it.
no, that's not Foundation.
The
No.
Delatalos?
Delactados?
Delatalos?
I said the Norteños.
It's that green and
Yeah.
Yeah.
label. Yeah.
That one wasn't bad because I just had it not too long, just a little while ago. That was my first cigar. It had this like old coffee note, like stale coffee that's been sitting out for a while,
Yeah.
which kind of put me off on it.
Who does that cigar?
Oh, that's a good question.
I don't know. It's a decent cigar.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. Like I said, it was just that last bit is like it's the finishing note. It just it tastes like old coffee.
It's the green box. With the
Similar to
gold bird,
Louis
right?
Trey, he says.
But as presentation goes, no.
I haven't had Louis Trey in a long time.
Well, that's all I have for you guys.
Does that include the ones you missed last week?
Those were the ones that I missed last week.
Oh,
I do.
okay.
I'm
Gotcha.
doing 3 each one, so we don't like.
Gotcha.
I don't take too much
Those
time.
are good
but-
cigars,
Yeah,
Kevin.
I mean,
right?
I would smoke all of those. Honestly, the first one is the one I would smoke last.
Yeah, you give it a try just because of the look and the,
Yeah.
the
The-
box.
The first one is clearly just a gimmick,
Yeah.
but it's like, all right, I'll smoke. The
But it's a gimmick that they've done 12 times.
But I'll try it.
Cigar gimmicks are fun. Let's be fair. Like, you'll smoke it, be like, all right, I get what they're trying to do. Like, all right, that's fun. Like, I'm not gonna smoke it every day, but I appreciate the gimmick.
I don't think they go by each hole. I think they bounce back and forth between holes. So,
No, but what would be interesting is if every year they added one cigar and a count.
oh,
That
yeah.
works- that works.
I would like that. I would think that would be a better presentation of the gimmick.
Yeah,
For sure.
yeah. Each year is the next hole, and they just kind of cycle.
Yeah, and like I said, they put that extra one in there as a kind of like a presentation for the following year.
And if you buy a box every year, you get a green jacket koozie at the end for your bourbon.
Christian, you keep that to yourself.
Wow.
Listen, if you want to know what it says, read the comments.
Yeah.
Wow.
We can't do that. All right, you guys got anything else?
No, not really. What do you guys want to talk about? Stuff going on in the world. Do we even care?
Not really, to tell you the
What's
truth.
going on in the world?
I don't know.
The AI
Other
stuff is
than-
getting weird.
Other than weird stuff.
Yeah.
People are getting weird.
Like I said, I told you guys that I had that
Is there some new chemical in the water that I'm not aware of?
nah, it's the same chemical. It's just getting worse. More prominent. Like I told you guys, I did that it was an ART, let's see, aggression replacement training.
Mhm.
And like I was teaching that, and like 15 minutes into it, one of my bosses walks in, sits down, starts typing on a computer while I'm doing it. It didn't bother me when she walked in. Like I'm like, all right, whatever. And like through the whole thing, I'm like, I didn't realize till like halfway through when she started piping in and talking to some of the residents.
What was
and
happening?
helping guide them. I didn't realize until then what was happening.
Mm.
And then it was an audit on how I performed the class and all that.
Like how you were teaching?
She left 15 minutes early, didn't say anything, and now it was my Friday today, so I have no idea how I did.
Yeah.
I
And at this point, I let things fester in my mind, and it's going to eat at me, and I'm going to lose sleep because of that, and I know it. And it pisses me off because every time that happens, I don't sleep for a couple of days. Like I'll go days without sleeping because my mind is racing on that.
Oh.
And it bothers me. So part of me is like, maybe I'll call tomorrow, talk to her, see how it was, just so I can at least get it off my brain.
They didn't say anything, so it's probably good.
I mean, I would think, but at the same time, my brain will say, you know, she didn't say anything. She did pipe in a couple of times, so I must have messed up somewhere if she piped in and then walked out. Maybe I'm not going to be teaching ART for that much longer. Hopefully she doesn't go to my boys council training because that's going to be rough for her because I don't change it all in there. I speak my mind and I'll let them speak their minds, and it's supposed to go over experiences. Hopefully it works out for me.
What does the Purple Crown logo by my name mean? I don't know, Christian.
So I saw something last week and it looked like we had experience points matched up on here. Like the more they comment, the higher their name is. So
Okay.
like,
Yeah, I guess because it's just Christian. He's number one.
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, see?
And like if it was him and Josephus would have a crown above his because he had a crown above his last week when he was number one.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Didn't know
And I
that.
think it's just because they've gained so much experience points from speaking in our chat. They're regulars. They're
Okay.
our regular chat guys.
Nice. So you're number one.
Look at that.
In our
Good
book.
job. It's about time you made it there.
I know you're talking about that. So I got into an argument about therapy the other day because they're like, "Wow, everyone should go to therapy." I don't really know.
It's hit and miss. It depends on what it is.
Well, so there's a bunch of studies that have come out. Not a bunch. There's a handful of studies that have come out recently that for guys, mostly younger, that says that physical activity is as successful as therapy, as either talk therapy or drugs. I'd rather just go do stuff.
But yeah, and I get that. Like I take them to go work out too every once in a while when I do the boys council. But at the same time, I'm engaging them to kind of get their minds thinking about what it's like to be a man in society today. And
I think we really need to evaluate what school looks like for boys.
school doesn't work out for boys all that often, to tell you the
No,
truth.
it's working out less and less.
Yeah, and it gets worse every year.
I mean, the more they focus on projects that are sitting in a chair or listening or writing, I feel like guys need a very tactical experience in school. They need to do stuff. They need to move. They need to use their hands. I think we need to seriously reevaluate what school looks like for boys.
Well, even me, like growing up when I was in school, I'm not going to lie, I didn't do a lot of the work. I ditched pretty frequently. I was a DF average student. I managed to skate by the grit of my teeth and managed to get a diploma, but it was rough. I didn't want to be there.
I did almost none of the work.
Yeah.
I was a pretty average student in high school. I got to be a better student when they just started scoring tests and homework wasn't graded.
Yeah, I never got that. Homework was always graded, and I never did the
Oh
homework.
yeah, when I got into college, it was like we just focused on the test. I was golden.
And
All of a sudden, I was an A student.
like in the projects when I was in like history class and all that, they weren't all that exciting to me because they had some drawing one. I did that one, but they had all these other ones that didn't interest me. My kids, their history project was to make a shield.
Yeah.
I did more doing that than I did in school. I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
It was woodworking in there for me. I'm like, all right, how do you want to make this? Cardboard or wood? He's like, wood. I'm like, all right, I'll cut the shield out for you. You get to decorate it. And that's what we did. We glued some stuff together, built the shield, and then he decorated outside with his mom.
Yeah. Well, like I was best in school, like law school. I was best in law school when I was actually building an outline on my computer in class.
So
That's when it made sense.
most of the time you didn't pay attention in class then. Or you kind of paid attention. It was background noise.
I tried because you really had to.
Yeah.
Right.
I did my best, but I did most of my learning outside of class.
Yeah, so you didn't really have to pay attention because you were already doing it outside. You get the brief idea of what the next part was, and then you went and did it yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense. Me, I can't sit down and read a book to save my life most of the time. Like, unless I really want to. Like I said, I read that Being a Better Dad book.
Mhm.
I got some pointers out of there. I enjoyed the book, but after that, like, unless it has something to do with something I'm interested in, don't want to read it.
I don't even necessarily need to be interested in it, but like my brother and my dad can read fiction for days. I mean, to the tune of like 300 books a year and change.
Yeah.
Each. I have such a hard time reading fiction. You give me a book that teaches me something, I'm good. I'll go cover to cover.
Mm.
But if it's like a story, like a Western or something,
Mm.
I just check out. I'll read entire pages and be like, I don't know what I just read.
Because it doesn't matter to you.
Yeah,
It's not teaching you anything. It's just nonsense.
yeah, but if you give me a book that teaches me something, like even something I'm not interested in, I can read it.
Right.
Yeah.
Part of it, like for you, like I don't think your imagination's there for the book, like getting into character and all that. I think your imagination's there when you have an idea and you create things. Because I've seen you create these, like our stamps and all that. You do a hell of a job, even like with the thumbnails and all that. You have great time doing that, and like you're good at it. But I think if it comes to like just sitting there trying to imagine a Wild West scenario, you get bored of it so fast.
Yeah, it's just not a mechanism I do very well with.
Yeah, whereas my imagination goes everywhere, so reading the book doesn't help because I'm already off in a different place.
I think like Logan has this problem too, and I think most of it is like you don't necessarily care for how the story in the book is going.
No, that's fair. There's a lot of stories I read. I'm like, I don't.
And
But you already know where they're going, too.
Especially now, because it's like, okay, like, you know, this, like, it's different when it's on a TV show, right? Because you're like, okay, whatever. You know, you're not having to do most of the work. It's just like background noise.
Yeah.
Just put on whatever. It's fine.
Well, and I don't even watch TV shows. Like, I rarely put something on
That's
and just
background
watch
noise.
something.
Yeah.
I
it's
put
just-
something on to fill the void while I'm doing other stuff.
Yeah, but like when you're reading a book, like you are forced down a specific path, and you're just stuck there. And for a lot of people nowadays, it's like, this is dumb.
Yeah.
Like this is terrible. Why am
Christian, I like
why am I
that.
reading this?
The VA's approach on that. I think it's a good idea.
What's that?
Their approach is therapy approaches to share their experience at risk with at-risk vets. Basically, give them an idea on what they went through and how they dealt with it.
Well, that's fair because it's a very practical situation.
Yeah. A lot of people have gone through this.
If you have enough shared experience and you have a group of people who know what the future looks like and a group of people who don't, that group of people that knows, who's experienced it, can say, after this thing that I did, that you also did, here's what comes next. Here's how I dealt with it.
Yeah, and that's kind of, I feel like that's how therapy should be. It shouldn't be entirely some guy sitting in a chair while you sit there
Well, it's like
awkwardly.
it's like the therapy where like, you need to be okay with yourself. Go away. I'll be okay with myself when I achieve whatever is making me not okay with myself.
I'm going to tell you right now, you're never going to be okay with yourself because you're never going to be comfortable in that situation. You're always going to want to do more.
No, that's fair. I phrase it like this to people when they're like, "Why have you done all these different things?" I get bored very quickly.
Yeah, and you have a huge drive to keep doing better, and you want more things out of life and out of yourself.
Yeah, I have a really hard time when people are like, you need to love yourself. You just need to be okay with who you are. Like, go away.
Yeah,
I'm comfortable with hating myself.
That's like there's real shitty therapists out there now too.
They say if they don't help you within the first 3 months, get a different therapist because they're not going to be able to do anything. So once you plateau, find a different therapist that could help.
Yeah, and I mean, I think there's certain levels of like there are some people who definitely have not realized like that they have repressed emotion like from when they were kids. Like there's a place for that. But you know, I get what you're saying too. Like you can't like for someone in your position, like sitting in an office, like being told the things you already know is not going to help you.
No, there's people who've had real trauma in the world, and I have no doubt that therapy is useful for them.
Yeah, like there's a place for it for sure. But this is also, I mean, now we're 30-ish years behind in therapy where we should have been.
Yeah.
Ever since good old Ronald Reagan closed all those mental institutions back in the 80s.
Fair, but I feel like most of those mental institutions weren't doing it right to begin with.
Well,
Shock therapy might work every once in a while, but even then, it
has its place.
It was scrambling those sections of the brain.
Well, because be relieved for the machines on. They needed better standards.
But I think Christian's right. Like part of it, like Lane was saying, physical activity. He says activities like fishing, hiking, painting, running, hiking, they all help.
Oh, when I go and completely gas myself on like a 15-mile hike or something, I feel so good afterwards. When I go to the gym and go through a workout that makes me want to throw up, that I can barely walk afterwards, I feel amazing.
You're not right. I could use some shock therapy, but I don't like my nips being touched.
Oh my God.
I'm thinking a little lower.
I am so glad that we're over the nipple twisting era.
Now we're in shock therapy of the nips.
That's not what they do for shock therapy.
That's going to get you rigorous already.
I broke a guy's ribs for a nipple twist.
I remember you told us. You can tell this story again. I enjoy it every time. The nippler crippler came after him, and he crippled his ribs.
Yeah, dude, he dropped like a sack of potatoes. It came from my pocket. Like I turned around and my hand came from down here and I just went right up into his ribs.
Yeah, but normally when you're angry, your hands go in your pocket, except for that time it instantly happened and your hands weren't in your pocket. They were to your sides.
There's a difference between preparing for a fight and a defensive mechanism.
I was so annoyed at that. And it wasn't the first time he done it. I gave him a bunch. I was like, at some point, 6 or 7 times in, I was like, don't ever do that again. And we were in here, and he walked up behind me, and he goes, and I just turned around and, boom. Yes.
Done.
There's some things that people don't like. One of those is a nipple crippler. It doesn't work out for you in the end, or for them.
Dude, immediately, like that cigar was okay, right? But I mean, just say standard O Maduro, right?
Yep.
Immediately, such a good cigar.
Not a fair comparison.
Yeah.
It's not, but this is
not a fair comparison.
What? A $10. You know what I mean? So I can't say that. It's a value cigar.
Yeah.
It is a value cigar. The bonus.
Yeah. It's on the same price point, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's not a fair comparison. That's a really good stick.
Yeah.
That comes from a great place.
The other one is from Gurkha.
Mm-hmm.
Goes without saying. What have the Gurkhas done for you lately?
Well, AJ Fernandez did a Gurkha cigar that was okay.
It's Because it wasn't a Gurkha, it was an AJ Fernandez.
You're right. He had his hand
And if
in
it
the
was
pot.
AJ Fernandez, it was Nicaraguan tobacco.
A tweak and a twist is different than 2,000 volts.
Only 2,000?
Man, we gonna crank that up.
Should be higher than that.
You gotta bump your numbers up there.
Dude, what trips me out is the guys that can take stun guns like it's nothing.
Stun guns? I thought you said sun guns. I'm like, is
No,
that
stun
like
guns.
anal bleaching?
There was a guy that I knew in slow,
Mhm.
and you could hit him with as many volts as you wanted, and he would just stand there.
Fine.
Yeah.
PCP's a motherfucker, ain't it?
Took a little coke to get used to that.
It's my favorite episode of Cops is when there's some PCP dude. They're like, just tase him. And he's like, was that all you got? And you're like, oh, shit. He's not going down.
This is real.
He's still walking. What's going on?
Usually they're like in some fucking dark alleyway. He's like butt naked, just tripping because he's 1,000,000 degrees. And he's like, I don't give a fuck.
Muscle's already tense, so what's that gonna do?
Cop's like, I need backup. I already deployed the taser. He's still coming after me. I'm always like, fuck that. Shoot him.
Go lethal.
Shoot him. Shoot him.
All right. I think I'm going to get us out of here early because there's been a bunch of guys walking by.
Yeah.
We've got some traffic. We'd probably get some business in here to finish out the night.
Well, we're not that early. It's only 1:40. That's a pretty good time for us.
I don't think Cameron's going to show up, so.
Yeah, well,
I meant for our podcast, we've
No.
only been doing an hour and 40.
Oh, I thought you meant it was one. I was like, it's not 1:40.
No, I know what time it is.
Jeez.
I have to make a trip up to Reno to drop off the keys to my aunt's house because I
Are you
still have them
finally
in the
done with
pocket.
that?
Oh.
Yeah, I was done with it on Friday when I went back to work, so I didn't have to
Nice.
deal with that this week.
Right on.
And like lately, I've been so tired. I've just been laying in my chair sideways and passing out, or I go in my room and I'm grabbing something from across the bed and I'm laying across it and I pass out. And like one night, I went to bed. It was like 2 p.m. I laid across the bed, didn't move. Woke up at 8. My wife's like, will you move? I'm trying to sleep. I'm like, no, I'm comfortable. And I went back to bed, ignoring what she said.
Wow.
I was at the end of the bed. She had plenty of room to get in. And then like I woke up at like 1 a.m. I'm like, it's chilly in here. I went and crawled onto the other side and got under my blanket. I had that swamp cooler going. That gets the house pretty damn cool. I get down to 54 degrees. I'm like, yeah,
There you go.
some
Well,
good cool weather.
I only get down to 62, and it's a little too high.
Yeah,
I enjoy when it gets to
it's-
54. I'm like, this is blanket weather.
It was hot today.
Yeah, it's
That
getting
it
warm. It
was.
was hot up here on the
It was
beach.
miserable today. I was like,
My office doesn't have AC. I like just the windows open, and it's been fine. I need to tell them to leave the windows open at night because that's what cools the office down when I come in.
yeah.
And today I was sitting up there like, oh, this is warm.
Why don't you get a little fan unit put in there? Like they have window fan units to stick in, and my grandmother-in-law, she uses that in one of the rooms. It keeps the house pretty damn cool.
Yeah, I mean most of the time it's fine. We'll have. It's going to be
it's just
middle
an-
to
it's-
high 80s this week. This will be a hot week.
It's
And
just
it's-
yeah.
this week.
But as long, I mean, it's right on the water, so as long as I leave the windows open,
That
it'll
cool
never be
breeze.
that hot during the day because it's still going to be cold at night,
Yeah.
and you get the wind off the lake, so it's cold anyway.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, not at my house. My house was fucking miserable.
Mine was okay. I walked into the house. It was about 70. Wasn't too bad. And they
Yeah.
turned
Dude,
on
I
the
wa-
swamp cooler early this time because
So-
they waited one day till like 4, and I was pissed off. I walked in, the house was hot. I'm like, I don't want to be here.
I only cool my bedroom. They just have the one AC,
Yeah.
like the one freestanding unit. In my living room, I walked in a couple nights ago, and it was 82.
That's rough. I wouldn't want to sleep in there.
That's gross.
Well, that's the living room.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I immediately just went into it was like 12:30 anyway. I was like, I'm going to bed.
There's no use to be out here.
Yeah.
It's too hot.
Fuck
I'm going
that.
here.
Fuck that.
But then, like that same apartment, because I leave the sliding glass door open on the patio. When I get up in the morning, it's like 62, 64.
Yeah. So I mean, like I wear shorts in the winter sometimes, so I'm comfortable with the cold weather. It's just like when it gets hot, I can't handle it. The good thing is I haven't broken out in that rash and those hives,
Oh, hey, that's good.
and I think it was because of my beard treatment. I just got rid of it entirely. Like I'm not gonna do this. I use more natural one. I just put in my beard like the wax, but I don't do it often now.
Olive
Oh, I
oil.
don't. When it's this short, I don't treat my beard. I just wash it.
I do when it's long enough, but yeah.
Olive oil, like the Italians.
Gabagool.
All right.
On that note, he's like, "Yeah, we're out
Are
of here."
we done? Are you guys done?
I
Are
guess
good?
if we have to
Just- I
be,
don't know what you have against olive oil. It's just-
what do you have against the Italians? Them Italians.
All right, world. We're sitting in High Sierra Cigars in beautiful Lake Tahoe. If you're here, it's Celebrity Golf Week. You should go out. It's a lot of fun sometimes. Come and visit us. If you liked what we did, you got this far, do YouTube things. See you next time.
Come see us. Join us.